Hey Brisbane, welcome back to Full Clip Radio. You're tuning into Cruise Control with Briley Kingy on the mic tonight. I'm going to release my last name so you can look me up and hit me up if you are enjoying the show tonight, because I'm having a ball. I want to shout out to the Cousin Maynutter in New Zealand for tuning in. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But for now, I want to get straight back into my topic. My topic of today's show is all about acts of kindness. Now, I was inspired to talk about this by the gentleman in Perth on the Perth train who kind of did like a moving forward dance party. It was really interesting, it was really cool, and it was really inspiring. Now, if you haven't heard it or seen it or heard about it on the radio, because Maxwell did talk about it this morning on the radio and it's been all over Facebook, it's gone viral. So if you haven't heard it, I'm going to explain it to you right now. So this gentleman jumped on the train in Perth and decided to start like a moving dance party. Now, trains and public transport these days, everyone is on their iPhones, everyone is, not socializing, no one really talks, everyone's in their own little world. So he basically stood up and said, I just want to spread a little bit of happiness because we are all individuals and we all have something to share, and as a way of breaking that ice, I'm going to start a dance party. So all he did was simply put on some music. He said anyone is welcome to join. If you want to stand up and clap along, you're welcome. If you want to watch, you can sit and watch him dance. Played some music and just dance, and within a couple of minutes, even less, people were on the train, were getting up and dancing. Everyone was having a amazing time. It was really cool. It was a really cool atmosphere, from everyone just being quiet and looking at each other and being on their phones to all of a sudden getting up and dancing. And I know that's something that you probably do when you're out, but especially on public transport, because everyone is so antisocial. So it was really cool to watch that video, and it had a message, and the message at the end of that video was, if we can start a party on a train, my gosh, should I say that again? I'll say that again. If we can start a party on a train, what's stopping you from starting a conversation? Okay, so that was inspiring to me. Now, that's not necessarily a major act of kindness or anything like that, but it inspired me to think of acts of kindness. And I know we have all, hopefully, I would have done an act of kindness in our lifetimes. I've done a few myself, but before I read out my own personal one, I want to shout out to a few people that have messaged in and told me about their acts of kindness that they've done. I think it's so beautiful for us to really be grateful for the things that we have in our lives. I think that there are so many people out there that don't have as many things as we do, and I think we definitely take things for granted. So it's always good to reach out and to help someone a bit less fortunate than yourself. So I want to give a big shout out to Paul Wachowski in New South Wales, who said he brought 2 tickets to a concert and he never ended up going, so he went to go sell the ticket on Gumtree, and the person who who wanted to buy the ticket was offering a really low price. Obviously, he couldn't really afford to go, but he really, really wanted to go, and Paul just ended up giving him the ticket for free. He had so many offers of, so many ridiculous prices, and especially when it comes to concerts, everyone will pay the biggest and best amount just to get into that concert. But, he just thought, this person really, really wants to go. He clearly can't afford it. I'm just going to give it to him for free. I think that's beautiful. That's a really awesome act of kindness. Also, I want to shout out to Erin Crompton, who's in Perth, Western Australia. She said that she has gotten out of her car in the pouring rain to stop traffic while turtles were crossing the road. Wow. Like, that's insane. Like, to actually help turtles. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful creatures, but that's really cool, and that's such a different act of kindness. When have you ever heard someone getting out in the middle of the road and stopping turtles? And a policeman stopped and told her that she was doing a great job while everyone else was just watching. I think in that situation, we would all just watch, and you are awesome, Erin, for doing that. Like, that's truly amazing. Also, another listener typed in and said, a couple of weeks ago, a frail old man was doing his food shopping and didn't have enough money to pay for his groceries, so he started asking the cashier to take products off his total and explained that he only went to the shop once a week and was on his senior's bus card, and he didn't know what he wanted to remove. So I told him that I would pay for whatever the difference was, and he was so appreciative and blessed. beautiful. I love when people do that. And I had also, shout out to Malama, texted me and said that she paid for someone's shopping. It was $15, and that's a lot. $15 is a lot, and I think that's an act of kindness that I see day in, day out. I see it a lot. I've done it personally, pay for someone's groceries, and I think that's beautiful, especially when someone can't afford things. It's amazing to be able to pay for something that, you know, to help them. And also I want to shout out to Noval Capote, who's on Tuesday nights messaging saying that he just thanks the Lord day in, day out. He's very kind to everyone and smile as much as possible to give that happy vibe. So not necessarily an act of kindness, but smiling and being happy and bringing positive energy is something that goes a long ways. When you're always like that with people, I think they appreciate that. Not necessarily giving, but just being a kind-hearted person, and I think that's really cool. There is a few more, and I am going to get into them. There's so much that I want to read out. I think the topic today is such an inspiring topic, and I'm truly inspired by the stories that people are telling me, but I don't want to talk for too long. I'm going to get straight back into a song, and I'm going to come back and let you know what other acts of kindness people have done. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You're on Full Clip Radio's Cruise Control. It's Hell Yeah YG featuring Tyga and Chris Brown. I love me some Chris Breezy. It's on Full Clip Radio's Cruise Control. Yep.